Hey guys, what's up? It's Nuclear Videos HD, and this is the new Character of the Week Part 2, or Episode 2. Today we're going to be covering Marge Simpson. First, I just wanted to mention that there is a Gil offer that is in our games as of February 20th through February 25th. At the end of the Gil offer will be the end of the Valentine's Day event, and hopefully they decide to throw in a new level update is what everyone's talking about. They usually bring updates on Tuesday and Thursday, and February 25th happens to fall on a Tuesday, I believe. So the chances of there being an update on that day are pretty big. Obviously, if you're watching this a little later in the year, this doesn't apply to you, but just letting you guys know. The Gil offer, which you probably all are going to get upon going into your game, but I don't have Gil here because I already have both the items, but it is a small offer which brings you the Krusty Lou Studios, the Canon, and the Dr. Nick. So you're gonna get Dr. Nick, Sideshow Mel, Krusty Lou Studios, and the Canon. Not sure how much all that's worth. I think the Canon was 30 donuts, either 30 or 15. Krusty Lou Studios, I believe, was 120, and Dr. Nick was 90. So all of that for 200 is an okay deal, I guess. Um, you know, it's alright. But anyway, back to the main point of the video, the character of the week. So we're going to be covering Marge today. She has two costumes as of the 2014 Valentine's Day event. She is a pretty important character in the game. She's involved in quite a few quest lines. She comes into our game a little later in the levels. I believe it's around level 13. She comes with Mose, which is our first joint character building. Joint character building is pretty much just something. It's a building that comes with two characters in one. Examples are the Rod and Todd duo with the Sir Puddalot's golf course. Another is the legitimate business. No. The Fat Tony's compound with Legs and Louie, and the Buddhist temple with Lenny and Carl. So she came with Mo with the Mo's Tavern, and that was pretty early on. She also unlocked us a little in-game movie, which was pretty cool. You guys can go check that out in your build menu. I believe that there's a little camera icon that you can click that you can watch that. But anyway, her tasks include read Chores magazine for 45 seconds, shop at the Quickie Mart for an hour, dine at the Truffle for 2, clean the house for 3, visit Jake's Unisex Hair Palace for 4, teach art classes for 6 hours, walk Maggie for 8 hours, attend church for 12, and protest ... something for 24, and an exclusive with the Valentine's update is go for a romantic stroll with Homer. But this kind of brings out a point as I'm looking at it. It's a 5-hour task, which could possibly mean that it's going to stay as permanent as a permanent task for Marge. So not sure if that one's going to leave once Valentine's is over or not. She pretty much just walks around with Homer, dressed all nice and fancy and stuff, like they were in the episode Squidport. Her 8-hour task, walk with Maggie, is pretty cool. All she does is walk around with Maggie in her arms. This is kind of a cool task because it's the only way that you'll be able to see Maggie in our game. I'm hoping that maybe one day she comes as an actual character and just crawls around town or something, and then this task will become a joint task. One of those tasks that is unlockable by one character but needs two, just like her stroll with Homer task. Doubt that will happen because they already went so far without Maggie in there, but I don't know. I hope so, but I mean, I wish maybe Marge could walk around with her in her arms, like when she's just walking around, because Maggie, we could use her in our game as, is a little bit more than just a cameo appearance. Marge the Witch costume, which came out in the 2013, 2012 Halloween event. It was also brought back for the 2013 Treehouse of Horror event as well. She can buy Eye of Newt for 60 minutes over in the Quickie Mart, which I always thought should go to the House of Evil. There's tons and tons of tasks in here that could obviously go to a way better suited building. Buy Eye of Newt. I'm pretty sure she should go to the House of Evil for that one. She can do a victory lap, ride around on her broomstick, and she just totally skips from an hour task to an 8-hour task. So, oh no, well, she has a 4-hour task, but I'll explain that one in a second. She can stir the pot for 12 hours, which is the cauldron that she is unlocked with. And she can relax with a book of spells for 24 hours. She's indeed a premium character, so she earns the premium rate. And her task, speed up a crop, is a 4-hour task. I'm not really too familiar with this one. All I know is she goes in front of the Cletus's farm and shoots some sort of beam or something at it, and it speeds up the crop. I'm not too sure whether the crop will still continue to be going at the sped up rate once her 4 hours are done, or how it is. I never really looked too much into that, but this task can come in a lot of handy if you are, let's say, making corn and you want to speed it up, or you are beginning the Valentine's Day event and you want to speed up your rose bushes. That's a pretty good task to put in there, because you had to wait, I think, 24 hours for that to be done before you could start the Valentine's Day event. So that would come in handy there. And in the files, that's supposedly going to come out as soon as the update for the Valentine's Day is over. There's going to be a small Cletus's farm update coming where you're going to unlock four new plants for the Cletus's farm. There's tofu plant, meth plant, cabbage baby plant, which is a really weird looking one, and elfberry plant. So I believe also by planting one of them, I don't remember which one. I think it might have been tofu. I'm not sure. But when you plant one of them, it earns you donuts every 5 days. So you could use her to speed that up if you really wanted to. So, but anyway, there's really not much for Marge. She does have an unlock message. I don't have it now with me, but she's a pretty big character in a lot of events. She's the main character of the Valentine's Day event this year and the Valentine's Day event last year. Both pretty much surrounded by making her happy and giving her a great Valentine's Day. She's part of our Simpsons category, and like I said, she's unlocked with Moe's. Read you off her task line and all that. So there's not really much to say about her. She was never allowed in Krusty Land up until the Valentine's Day event, which is pretty cool. The Tunnel in Love gets unlocked, and now she has a whole list of quest lines for Krusty Land, so that's pretty cool. This is the first time that somebody else new was added to Krusty Land, after they were completely past Krusty Land and all that stuff, so that's pretty cool. She definitely should have a task for the grocery store. I don't know why she doesn't. She should have a shopping task, maybe for, 10 hours would be a good one. So, she could go shopping for 10 hours. I don't know why she would go shopping for 10 hours, but, I don't know. But, I guess that's really it on Marge. Not really anything too special, but, I guess, that's the character of the week for you. She's pretty much in every episode, so, not really any. I mean, she has had a few special episodes. She's shoplifted before. She's been a police officer before. She's done numerous things. I'm pretty sure she's gone to prison once or twice with Ruth Powers. So she's a pretty cool woman. Married to Homer and all that. Bart and Lisa's mom, all that stuff. You already know. She's there's so much stuff to talk about. It's all pretty much just stuff you already know. It's common sense stuff. But once we start getting to the other characters, like, the ones that aren't shown as much, then we'll start getting deep into the episode stuff. But Marge is, the main character's wife. She's pretty much a main character herself, so not really much else to say. So I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching and subscribe. And don't forget the Gil offer will end on February 25th, as well as the Valentine's Day event will end on that day as well. So make sure you guys finish up what you're doing here. Get all the rest of the stuff for the wheel before it ends. You don't want to miss out on any of that stuff. I heard that the heart grinder was going to come back. You can grind it up and get either donuts or cash from it. People were saying it was coming back, but I think that they would have brought it already. There's already 5 days left. Not really too sure where that's going, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching and subscribe. And next week will be Bart, I believe. Yeah, Bart. So peace out.